Welcome to the Naked Ego podcast. This is a space where men are willing to strip down their ego, be authentic and vulnerable while they share their story. Welcome to the podcast, Amo, Peter Amo.
Thank
Peter
you
Amo,
very
something
much.
is bothering me. Peter Amo, sasa?
Fiti sana mambo.
Fresh kabisa.
Kofiti?
Kabisa.
Good time.
How are you, man?
Fiti baba, nimekumiss.
Pia nimekumiss.
Eh.
Na nakupenda sana.
Tissue iko wapi? Wapi tissue? Nimesahau kubeba tissue. I love you too, bro. Mambo lakini?
It's niko poa. I'm in a good space, I would say. Mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm positive about the year. I'm psyching myself and energizing myself to push through the year. You remember we are talking of you are saying this is our year. You say this is my year or something of that sort.
Yetu.
Yes, in mwaka yetu. So apart from you saying in mwaka yetu, I just don't want to sit and wait. Like I want to invest in terms of energy, doing stuff and seeing where that energy and that opportunity takes me.
Text us or text me.
Text us.
Equation. Nataka tuunde pamoja kule peke yako.
So you're investing the energy to see where the result of that small quantities of energy takes us, plus the quantitative wise in terms of, okay, we've done something for like 2-3 months, where is it taking us? So I think I'm in that space where right now is just look down and just put in the work.
That's good to know. English will soma kabisa. I'll copy everything you have said and I'll say I'm also, it's called being intentional. I'm trying to be intentional about the things I do. To put in as much as I can put in. You remember when we were talking, I told you I thrive in chaos. I am more productive when I'm busy. Busy that I have to squeeze in 4 hours of sleep in 24 hours. I have to be here and there, solve this, work out this.
So you thrive when you're busy or in chaos?
I thrive in chaos. Those are chaos.
I don't think so, though.
When things are not just working, it's chaotic.
Okay, I see.
So it's chaos in a different nature.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Because from the top of my head, ukisema chaos, I was thinking when people are fighting around you and there's bloodshed, people are punching each other. But I get what you mean. So welcome to the Naked Ego podcast.
So people undress sama. It's the ego that is undressed.
We are trying to undress the ego. So I think every man has a big ego. So kikuja hapa, we try to undress that ego
and address it as well.
Potentially, you can address it, but we are not forcing it on you. If you're willing, because addressing it, you need to be in a certain space to address your ego.
Okay.
You get it? Like it's like education. You need to be in a certain place to learn something. Like you can take 10 people in a class and teach them something, but not everyone who has been taught will learn. You get what I mean? Yes. So I think even for men need to be in a certain space, emotionally, physically, mentally, and then you're talking about intentionality. So you need to be very intentional to actually address that ego. When somebody says ego, a man's ego, what plays in your head?
A sense of
ego.
For me, it's a level of self-esteem that ego. For me, it's it's an alternate nature that it's an alternate nature that we want to be perceived as.
Okay.
It is either not the real you. It is how you want the world to see you. It's how you want the outside of you to see you.
Okay. Ego. I think people have kind of made ego to sound as such a bad thing. I think we've got the good ego and the bad ego, right? Right?
Unatumia Makenya.
Yeah, me, I don't guess. So ego, a person's sense of self-esteem and self-importance. The part of the mind that mediates between conscious and unconscious and responsible for reality testing. I think, I get what you mean. So the description is very clear. A person's sense of self-esteem and self-importance. I think the bad ego is the self-importance.
I beg to differ.
No, not in this sense. Self-importance in the sense that when your ego comes up, you want to do everything to make sure you are the important figure in the room, in the space of your work. Yes, in that nature.
But as human beings, I think that's what essentially we are about.
Every human being, it's a psychological need for a human being to be visible and validated.
Yes.
It's a psychological need. Every human being needs that.
Yes.
But you can harness the need to be validated and to be visible in unhealthy ways.
Yes, now that becomes bad.
Yes, now that's what I'm saying. That's the bad ego. I think you try, and then no matter who you are, you don't need to be important in every occasion, in every space. Does it make sense? Yeah. I think even
You just need to be important to you.
Yeah, I think you need to be important to yourself. Yes, yes.
And
I
then
think
you will-
that's where the self-esteem comes. So when the self-esteem is up there and you're very confident in yourself and you treat yourself as an important figure, it comes out. It comes out. People see it, unajiamini. Now people start saying such things. Unajiamini, you're a very confident person. Yeah. So today we can now jump into the topic, right?
Yeah. Aijanza, the way I'm feeling it's already gone so deep.
Yeah, welcome to the Naked Ego.
Okay.
It's a free space. I think today we're going to talk about rejection, rejection in men, and then men during breakups and rejection. Men during breakups and rejection.
Who chooses these topics? Your team.
I think me and my people, me and my people and people around me who know about the podcast, like they will see something online and then they'll say, hey, this is something important to cover in your podcast.
Wakaona huyu mbaba ndio anaweza ongelea. Hey, sawa, let's try.
And I think I've struggled to actually pick a topic that we can discuss because I think I'm so fond of you. Like, I think you are one of the people that I would call a friend. Yes. And
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then I think Eddie, are you Luya?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hii room imejaa tu Waluya. Haki ya Mungu.
Yeah.
Chai ni mimi pekee na.
You're one of my Luya friends. I have very few Luya friends. I don't know why. So yeah, men during breakups and rejection. When somebody talks about men during breakups, what comes in your head? What plays in your mind?
Oh, I think I will talk on my behalf.
Yes.
And on behalf of men who are like me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all other men.
Yeah.
but
And I think
know there are quite a number.
before you start, I think it's also important to put it out there. It's a disclaimer that these are opinions of two heterosexual guys. These are two straight guys. These opinions of two straight guys. So
Yes.
don't feel like probably if you are from the LGBT group, don't feel like people are pushing you into that corner. No. Continue, bro.
So, as I was saying, I'll speak on
your behalf.
of me.
Yes, exactly.
And men who are like me, who think like, I know that quite a number.
Yeah.
Men, the male creature,
Yes.
not just men, the male creature, a male dog, a male horse, a male human being, they're all masculine in nature.
What do you mean by masculine?
How, you see, the way female creatures are emotional in nature. It does not mean there's no masculinity in female creatures. Only that the way we have been created is in men, masculinity outdoes all other types of emotion, and in female not emotion. In men, masculinity just outplays every other aspect you have in you.
Yeah.
And in women, emotion outdo all other aspects.
Continue.
So, breakups are emotional things.
Yeah.
For me, breakups are one of the hardest things I've had to deal with.
Yeah.
Very hard than I would have imagined. Yes.
Breakups. Men during breakups. I feel like to some level, during breakups, we are equally emotional as women. But we are so good at masking it and hiding it and doing everything possible to show that the breakup doesn't hit as hard as it hits the women.
You remember when I started, I told you we are masculine in nature.
Yeah.
Sometimes we actually don't do these things. We don't intend to do these things.
It's a subconscious thing. Okay.
Yes. Remember, I think your previous podcast, you are discussing about men who hide in work.
Yeah, workspaces. Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it is subconscious. So even I think during breakups, it is also subconscious that naturally you never saw your dad crying.
Yeah.
And naturally you take up what you see as you grow as a child.
Yeah, you pick up from the environment.
So if you never if you never saw your dad crying,
yeah,
it will be hard for you to cry.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, good one.
If you never saw a father figure, might be your uncle, might be your big brother, might be, but the person you grew around as a father figure, you will most likely emulate most of the things. Yes.
Because
they used to do.
Yeah.
Because you majorly grow and learn by seeing.
Yes.
By observing and copying what you see.
Yeah.
So yes, we mask, but we do not intentionally mask.
True.
So I'll wonder, as a man, how do I cry in front of a lady?
We do not intentionally mask. And then sometimes we intentionally try to mask it so that it's not visible to the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and because of that, the emotion in us keeps building up.
Yeah.
Keeps building up. When it comes out,
Yeah.
it's bottled and pressured.
Yeah.
When it comes out, it wants to
Busts.
rock everything around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you start drinking.
Ungekuwa na champagne hapa to shake.
Pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
So that's how it wants to come out.
Yeah. And how does it come out when it comes out? What are the ways that those emotions come out?
You go to the extreme. So you either get extremely violent
In the house with your partner, or
not necessarily with your partner,
with
even
anyone.
You just when you're physical, it's a nature in you.
Yeah.
So you might even be staying with your brother or with your sister. You just become harsh to them.
Yeah, you are displacing the emotion to them.
Yes.
They are the people, because if you've bottled up that emotion and somebody locks you in a room on your own,
you will knock the walls.
Yes, you've got nothing or nowhere else to
let out
as a release. So I think people around you, when you have brothers and sisters or relatives, they end up being as the people who decompress you, like as a release of your emotion. So you you go to the extremes.
Like me and you, we share a passion.
Yeah.
I would take a bike. I would want to work out my adrenaline. I would rather take a bike.
Yes.
Go to go to the bypass or go to Thika Road. I would rather do above 200 for about 5 minutes, then come back and breathe out and say, I'll have released my emotion through adrenaline.
Yeah.
Someone else will eat. Someone else will gym. You will go to the gym. You will,
Yes.
I don't know the science behind it, but
I think there are some studies that say that negative emotion, the human being can use the negative energy as fuel.
Now, it's called actually yes. Also me.
Yeah.
When I'm in such a situation, now that's why I think it's also negative for me, because I thrive in chaos. I will work even harder.
Yeah, I see.
And I will be comfortable to sleep for 3 hours in 24 hours in a 24-hour day. I wake up, I do something, and things keep moving. Yeah. Then it comes and crashes you one day.
Has it ever crushed you? The sleeping 2 hours, 3 hours, has it ever caught up with you?
On Thika Road.
Oh, that day of the accident.
Yes.
Yeah, you involved. Tell people what happened.
I just I got an accident just out of fatigue.
Yeah.
And because I think weeks before that, I had problems with the relationship I was in. So
we and your bae at that time.
Yes. So now, where else do I channel my energy? When you feel empty, when I feel empty, I feel now ego comes into play. I feel empty because something feels like something has been taken away from me. So I need to feel important again, even just for myself. So what do? I work. When I achieve this, I feel, okay, sawa. Sasa hiyo iko sawa. Bring another problem, solve it. Bring another one. By the time you go day in, day out, another week, another. So I remember at the time of that accident, I had in 4 days, and it was after my birthday. In 4 days, I had slept for a total of 8 hours in 4 days.
In 4 days?
Yes.
Holy cow.
I remember I was working with a group of companies, and I was in charge of some of their businesses, and some were in Thika, some were in another was in Utawala, another one, some in town, and Kahawa West. So every day I used to ply that loop.
Yeah. And it kept you busy.
It kept me busy. So I think I was living somewhere around Thika Road. So I would wake up, go to Thika, do whatever stuff I need to do in Thika, come, go to the bypass, go to Kahawa West, leave Kahawa West, go to town, leave town, go to Utawala.
Yeah.
So I leave Utawala, I just come, I sleep for like an hour.
And then you're up again.
With a Monster. I wake up, I take a Monster, I shower, Thika. The loop,
Continue.
I redo the loop. So I think that day, my birthday is on April 25th. So prepare gifts.
April 25th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that day I got an accident. It was April 27th. It was 2 days after my birthday. So I went to, it was a Friday night. I did the loop. I went to Utawala. So I came back. I had a meeting at Trosters. I left Trosters. I had a business at TRM Drive. I had a pub at TRM Drive. So I remember I was as I was leaving Trosters, it was around almost 2 a.m. After my meeting.
Yeah.
So I came, I said, can I just enter, just go into TRM Drive and just look at what these people are doing. Yeah. Something else told me, you just wait, just go home. You're tired. But the thing for passing by TRM Drive kept pushing.
Yeah.
So I took the exit.
Yeah.
When I just took the exit, I said, apana, home is just here. Kahawa Skari. Tafika, wacha niende tu nilale. Nitakuja asubuhi nifanye hesabu na nini.
Yeah.
So, I took the exit, but I didn't go to TRM Drive. I took the exit. When I got to the mini roundabout, I got back to Thika Road. That's all I remember. I just remember getting on to Thika Road. The next thing I hear is, I feel the smell of fuel. I remember actually when I left, what is it called? When I left Roasters, I passed by the Total just after Mountain Mall and I filled the tank. So
you had enough to burn yourself, just in case.
So what I remember is I hear people knocking. Ninasikia watu wanasema mtoeni ataungua, usikii mafuta inanuka. Mwingine nasikia naambiwa we zima hiyo sigara. Boss. Niko you see when you're on Thika Road, there's the exit for Githurai.
Yes.
So nilipanda your ramp paka juu. Nika and I was driving a good car. So it picked up speed. Because I remember when I was just getting onto Thika Road, I was at like 60 or something. So I rolled to the other side of Githurai.
Oh, so the opposite side?
Yeah. So see, there's the highway on top. So then there's the ramp that goes to there's a small tunnel and a roundabout at
Githurai. The Githurai roundabout.
So I was about how many meters to that car roundabout? About 50 to 80 meters. So I rolled quite a distance. And I only got hurt here.
So a scratch on your arm.
Yeah, here and my eyes. The airbags, when they exploded, the shattered glasses they shattered
your eyeglasses.
Yes, and then that cut me here.
Holy cow!
So I think I lost everything. My phone, I had money in the car.
Oh, so
money from the business I had picked money so that I'll bank the following day.
People robbed you, right?
Kabisa.
Yeah, it's Kidurai. What do you expect?
But it's 2 a.m. and it was raining.
Oh.
Boss, it was a nightmare. I've never been that traumatized.
Yeah.
I saw my precious car that was, I think, 2-3 months old, totaled.
Holy.
Eh?
Yeah.
I'm shivering. I am asthmatic. I am being rained on. They had to they were unable to break the windscreen. So they had to really try and break the driver, because I rolled twice, then now gari ikakaa hivi.
On the side?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
you, on the side, are you down or
yes,
up?
I'm
So
down.
you're down?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm trying to stand up. They really tried, so they broke the driver's window. Then they pulled me out.
Okay.
So, for me, you see, that negative energy caught up with me.
Yeah, it caught up. Because you're dealing with an emotion, and now your escape was work.
Yes.
And now you just kept working. Any opportunity you had to work, you would take it. And you're not taking care of yourself.
I felt like I was taking care of myself. If I want KFC, I can eat KFC. If
Why do we men always consider the financial bit as the topmost priority of taking care of ourselves? It's just rhetoric. Yeah, because for a man can struggle with so much, but as long as his finances are okay, he wouldn't consider us.
But you know that's the clock for a man.
It is, yeah.
Because today, if you might want to get married.
Yeah.
And you have a lady, and do you know, and most people don't know this, and I wish many ladies would understand this. You know what? The only one thing that will keep you from getting married is your financial clock. You will feel, have I gotten enough money? Will I, in case we get kids, will I be able to educate these kids? Have I gotten the car I want? Look at all goals that men have. For a woman, for a lady, it's a biological clock. I am 20-something and I do not have this. I do not have a kid or something. Kitu kama hiyo. For ladies, it's biological. For men, it is financial. It is a financial clock.
It is financial. I feel like a modern man needs not break away from it completely. A modern man needs to enlighten himself in the sense that apart from having the financial clock, I think your mental health should come first.
It's just balance. Men, everyone needs to balance. But it's the same way we are saying the things that affect us that don't necessarily affect women.
Yeah.
And the things that affect women that don't necessarily affect us.
Yeah.
If you do the denominator of all these things, the common denominator, for a man it will always be financial.
Yeah, finances. Your financial muscle is so important
to you as a man.
To you as a man,
you will never have a problem. You might be 50 and you do not have a problem about getting married.
No,
you know,
like
you might be.
No, yeah, you're talking about men have longer shelf lives than women.
We can put it that way.
Yeah.
But also, if you take a man who is 30, and a lady who is 30, averagely 2 ladies who are 30, 2 men who are 30.
Yeah.
And you ask them about, I'll keep using the example of marriage. The concerns for the lady will be biological. Yeah. The concerns for the guy
will be financial. Yeah.
You wonder, if I get this girl pregnant, do I have a car she'll use to go to the clinic?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And that is financial. You get?
Yes.
A woman will worry about it when she gets there. She's now pregnant. Then now she will ask, how do you expect me to? You, even before you get her pregnant,
Yeah. You have to do the math.
you do the math. You wonder, hey, okay, which clinic is good? Which hospital?
Yeah.
Where do I stay?
Yes.
Where I stay, you'll start thinking about, in case we get a kid here,
Yeah.
huyu mtoto ataenda shule wapi?
Yeah, you're thinking about
All those things are financial.
Yes, yes.
A lady, and not saying they won't think about it, but it will not have as much weight as it has on you as a man.
Yeah, it's not the topmost priority.
Yes.
Yes. A factor in their life at that time.
Hers will be biological. How old am I? When this kid is getting to 5 years, how old will I be?
Yeah.
How will I be looking? Will my stomach have gone back?
Do I have any other opportunity to get a kid, or it's just this one? Yeah, I get what you mean. So yeah, for women, not all women, but most of the women that
an average. When you do an average of all women,
yes,
the same way, not also for all men.
not all men,
but when you average it,
I think maybe think there are also men who don't really care about. I think I take that back. I don't want to speak to people I don't know.
balance.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So you see, for me, that caught up with me.
yeah.
Yeah. And but you know what? You bounce back. You bounce back.
What are some of the extremes that women do?
Men or women?
We men.
Okay.
We men do during breakups.
Some of the extremes.
Yes, I think this just hit me. I think I've been in your life when you are going through a breakup.
Yes.
And you've been in my life when I was going through a breakup.
Yes.
Yes?
And at some point,
Yeah.
we were in each other's life
yes.
when
both of us are going through breakups. Yeah. Yeah. So what are some of the things, some of the extremes that we do to actually deal with the emotion? Like for me, I think top of my head, I think there is the spontaneous sex. Like you just want to, I think the ego, you remember we were talking about the ego. Now your ego wants to be revived again, because I think
you go all out.
You go all out. Yes.
You know, you can meet a woman.
Yeah.
And you tell yourself,
Yeah.
what is it that is in this woman?
Yeah.
It is very easy for you to get to a sexual decision.
Sorry, just say that again.
It is very easy for you to get to make a decision that is sexual when you meet someone, when you are going through a breakup, than when you are emotionally stable. I don't know if that makes sense. You see, the way you've said the spontaneous sex.
Yes. Okay, so I think what you're saying is when you are going through a breakup, it's so easy for you to make the sexual decision in terms of do I
sleep with this woman,
this one or not?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And you won't think you actually won't think.
Yeah.
A lot about it.
About it. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, we go around sleeping around with women.
Not necessarily, but sometimes it happens.
No.
Because, and especially if it is a relationship that you value.
Yeah.
You feel like there's something that has been plucked from you, something that has been taken away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel empty, and you're looking for ways to fill in this void. So you will, for me, I think in everything you do, you go to the extreme. If you, like me, my extreme was work.
Your extreme was work.
Yeah. Someone else, the extreme would be...
I think for me, once there's a time my extreme was sex. Like I just wanted to have sex, and I would. I just looked at women like she's sex worthy. Like you just
like toys.
Yeah, and then these other factors don't really they didn't even matter. Like I would go around sleeping with women that on a normal day I wouldn't even have a conversation with them.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is people run away from the reality with work, and then there's sex, then there's drinking also. And then there's violence.
But drinking in this town now has become for both genders. I digress.
No, I get what you mean. So,
but it's true. Yes.
So there's drinking. What else? I think violence.
Yes,
violence. And then I think, for me, one thing that was so clear during that season was I couldn't take care of myself. Like I struggled to take care of myself. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, probably if my routine entailed me waking up and making breakfast for myself. Yes, like during that season, you're not even in the mood. Like there's no energy to propel you to go through that routine.
Financial decisions. You end up buying another bike and another bike and another car, and
it's overcompensation. Overcompensation. Because I remember I'm digressing a little bit. I remember when I lost my leg. You remember before even I could like properly ride bikes, I bought myself a new bike. Yes. And then I bought myself a big car. Yeah, so that was overcompensating. So I also feel, back to the discussion about men going through breakups, is we also try to compensate. We can compensate by buying ourselves things, items. Maybe
the same way women compensate themselves by going to breakup moons, and holidays, and but yes, I think it's valid. It's valid that when something you cherish or something important to you is taken away from you, there's a void.
You have to mourn. You have to go through that mourning season. And then how do we, for people who probably haven't been there or are in that phase right now, what are the things that we can do to try and fish ourselves out of that?
Imagine, emotion? I don't know.
You just go through it.
Just go through it. I'm still dealing with it. Just go through it. I don't know. For me, I do not have a white paper or a list of things I can tell you going
that you do A, B, and C.
Yeah. Just, I think what is more important is
stay alive.
Stay alive. Just don't stay Taliban.
Stay alive. Don't get STIs. What else?
Just do whatever you can. And actually, different things work for different people.
Different people, yeah.
There is no set list. Kama ingekuwa kwa Bible. I am a believer, so it would have been written somewhere that do this. You see the way for Christians there are commandments of what to do.
Yes.
So there will be a list of when you go through a heartbreak.
Yeah. This is
what you.
And
because I've gone, and for me it has been a loop of the same relationship. You know, we break up, we get back together. Again, we break up, we get back together. The same person. then now
Toxic
you just end up, after every breakup you try something new. You try, let me do this, and it does not work.
And then you come
back, then you break up again, and you try now, okay, let me not talk to her. Then you go back. Then now you say, okay, now let me block her. Okay, sawa. Then, okay, let me do this. So, when you go through a breakup, for me, just go through it. When you will find that which works for you, sawa, enda nayo.
Yeah, and I think also people should allow themselves to go through the pain, to also people should allow themselves to make mistakes. And
what type of mistakes?
And fuck up during that season. What type of mistakes? It's variable from one person to another. There are people who will decide to have spontaneous sex with whoever and whenever. There are people who will do that. There are people who will decide to drink all their savings. There are people who will decide, okay, that is when you want to buy your car new engine. Like, I think
go through it.
Go through it. And I think this is one thing I've learned with myself. Like, if I'm really struggling with something, and then there is the burning desire of doing it. Like, I've considered it as something that kind of slows me down in life, or it kind of distracts me from the things that I want. If I'm trying so hard to avoid it, it kind of becomes present in my life, in my brain. Yeah. So nowadays I've allowed myself to make those mistakes. I just try and keep safe when I'm making those mistakes. Yes. And then I always catch myself while I'm doing that mistake, and I'm like, okay, why am I even doing this?
You
now,
realize yourself.
Yes, I catch myself, I find myself, and then probably could be I've done it or I've already done it, and I'm like, it wasn't even as interesting as I thought, or probably it has not given me the satisfaction that I was looking for. Yeah, and probably maybe you realize, okay, it has not given me the best way to run away from my problems the way I thought. So I allow myself to go through that phase where I'm making mistakes. And then sometimes I catch myself before, sometimes during, sometimes after. That's when the voice of reason checks in. It's like, oh, Bill, you
Baba tu
mzima, you keep doing this shit. Like, yeah, when will you grow up? So, yeah. And I think nowadays I've just taught myself to be patient with myself, to love myself and care for myself during that season. Like,
also, but also that's hard, especially if you really have given in a lot of yourself.
Yeah.
In that relationship, because it gets to a point where you feel like, have you done something wrong? You might not have done anything wrong in that relationship.
Yeah, closure.
Yes.
You keep looking for closure.
So even loving yourself becomes hard, because you feel like, I did whatever I needed to do in this relationship. I gave whatever I needed to give. But now it has ended.
I deserve worse.
So now you start asking yourself, okay, what next? If I know that I did my best, and this is where it has gotten me, so what do I do? You understand?
Yeah.
So you will have those days where you feel like you actually don't want to do anything.
Yes,
you don't
want to do anything, and even if you're going through that emotion, but for people who have gone through it and have come out of it, you come to discover it's not really true. Yeah, there is life after that breakup. There is life out of that breakup. So as much as you don't want to, you also need to keep playing that thought of there is life out of this breakup, and then there is things that are way beautiful out of this journey. And I think we've talked about people who go through, I think, breakups that either break them. There are people who will go through, there are certain relationships that end up in a peaceful way. Have you ever been in those?
Peaceful, yes. That peaceful of you guys didn't have a fight, a physical fight.
Not necessarily a physical fight. Peace in the sense that
that it ends and you feel okay, sawa imesha.
Yeah,
you walk away
you walk
slowly.
away, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying peaceful in two ways. There's the peaceful of just okay, sawa. Go your way, I go my way. You know, you keep you go struggle by yourself. I'll go struggle by myself. Then there's the peaceful of you drop it.
Yes.
They drop it, and you people vamoose.
That second, the second part you're saying, you drop it and they drop it. I feel like people are kind of that. Once in a while, there are people who probably, if you're not invested in it as much, it's so easy to walk out. It's very easy. It. But if two people were in a relationship and they never invested in it equally, like for example, you invested in it too much, and then the other party kind of just invested in it. So when you guys go separate ways, it's so easy for her.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Yeah, and it's so easy for her. And then if in that relationship, she was the person who had the say. You get it?
Yes.
Like she would set the pace, the tempo, the mood.
Yes.
During that breakup, when she says, let's be mature during the breakup,
yes,
you will act mature even though it's killing and hurting you inside.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
Utakuwa hapo unasema, okay, I understand.
Yeah,
you
so
sit down and do resolution and say, so do I ever call you? No, don't ever call me. Delete my number. In fact, I'm going to block you.
Yeah.
Can we do this and this together? Yes, this we can do, this we can't do.
Yeah.
Don't talk to these people. They are my friends. Don't you talk to
yes, like
boundaries.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's how it feels. Like for people who, for me, I've been in relationships where when we ended it, the other person was setting the pace. So she set the standards in terms of even how the breakup would be.
Yes.
I acted and behaved and did everything possible to match the standards, but deep inside I was hurting.
But do you know generally men never leave?
Men never leave.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. Even by nature. Mostly men will fight to the end of it. Let's take a relationship, for example. You in your breakups, who initiated the breakup?
I think most of the breakups, I was the one. Or in all my relationship, I think I was the one who initiated the breakups.
Did you initiate the breakup or the conversation?
The conversation.
But then, who left? Mara mingi inakuanga nani ameacha mwingine?
I get what you mean. So I brought up the conversation, but before the conversation, the relationship kind of ended.
Maybe it ended. She discussed with her friends. You were judged. There was a jury. You know. She finished the relationship. But mostly, men just wait in. You can be in a toxic relationship as a man and you won't leave. What you will do is, you will do everything to show this woman you are fed up with her. But it is very hard for you as a man to be the one who leaves first. I don't know if I make sense. Unakuja kama umelewa, ile tu umuudhi. Uongeleshe tu wanawake. Yani ushike simu, asikie huyu anaongelesha mama tu mahali.
Yeah.
Ile tu, can she see it?
Yes.
And you understand?
But
a woman will have guts za kusimama na atoke aende. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I'm beginning to get what you're saying. You're saying that in relationships, men will hold on to it longer than women.
Not necessarily holding on. They just don't walk away. Most people who walk away
are women.
Yes. I don't know if it's easier for them to deal with the emotion part of it.
So men don't walk away.
Not easily. From what I think I have observed.
So like the relationship can end, but you're still in there, invested.
Yes. Not invested.
You just
you gave up. Thank you very much.
T round 2. You're the real lawyer, man.
Mimi tawazumbua hii town mpaka.
Okay, yeah.
So the relationship has ended.
Yeah.
Even you outside here, the relationship has ended. It's no longer there inside you. But you have not physically left the relationship.
Okay, yeah. So you've walked out of it emotionally, like you've
umetoka.
closed that book, but physically, okay.
That's why it's very easy for a man who is married to break up with the wife and without, I don't want to use further ado, amwachie nyumba, amwachie gari, aende.
I get what you mean.
Upya.
I get what you mean. But I also think it's because in relationship, women are the ones who migrate. Men don't migrate.
How?
If I'm dating, if I'm seeing somebody, this woman will come into my space. You get it? I'm not moving into her space. She comes into my life.
Depends. Me at some point when my things were that period when my things were everything was in the negative. This lady, I stayed in her house.
No, no, that's out of survival. That's not ideally how. If you had the money, would you do it?
No.
You wouldn't. Yes, that's how I'm saying. Naturally, women migrate into men's spaces. Men don't migrate into women's spaces. If you see a man migrating into a woman's space, either it's out of convenience, maybe there's a problem, financially he's struggling, and the woman is well off, the woman wants to take care of the situation for some time. But psychologically, physically, emotionally, a woman migrates into a man's world. So that's why even after the relationship is ended, you've got nowhere to go. It's your space. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Now I understand.
Yes. So I think women move into a man's world. So yeah. So to make the podcast interesting, we've come up with segments. So there are 3. So there's the questions, the question segment.
And I'm the guinea pig.
No, you're not the guinea pig. It's been tested already. It's.
I know I've watched the other podcasts. I did see Edgar.
So some of the episodes that are not, they haven't been released yet. I've already started. So these are just questions to pick up your brain and then probably to, you get what I mean? So
I don't watch, yes.
Yes, just questions. Like, okay, so this segment is called "What Does It Mean?" segment. Yeah, so I'll ask you like 4 or 5 questions, and then I want you to tell me what it means to you. Like, how do you interpret that? Are you ready? So number 1, you accidentally call your girlfriend your ex's name. What does it mean?
You are thinking about your ex.
It means you're thinking about your ex at that time.
Because what you think about most manifests. If today you keep thinking about it's a good thing that you are also a biker. That day you go out riding, Eddie, you're also a biker. That day you go out riding and you keep thinking, these roads are a risk. There's a lot of risk on these roads. And you think, Yani, I might be on Mombasa Road and someone just crosses. Do you know there's a high possibility you will encounter that?
Somebody crossing, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So, if I call my girlfriend my ex's name, it's just what I've been thinking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next, she asks you if you're gay.
Then she thinks I'm gay.
What?
I must have done things, or she must have found a reason to think I'm gay for her to ask me. If
But
I'm gay.
what would it mean entirely?
For me,
For her, what does it mean if she asks you, are you gay? If in the context of you guys have been entertaining each other, you get what I mean? And then somewhere she's like, are you gay?
is it there in that context? So is it, are you gay or are you gay?
Are you gay?
Because are you gay is something has surprised her and she wonders.
No, it's the other one. Not
The other one, for me, it's, that would be play. It just might be play. There are people who have interesting ways to play in this.
What does it mean when your boss winks at you?
Mwanaume ama mwanamke?
Okay, let's do both.
Most of the time I'm the boss.
Okay, take yourself back to a situation where you had a boss.
Yeah.
A dude winks at you.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Good. Okay, cool. Okay, that's it with that segment.
Oh,
yeah.
Ilikuwa hizo tu? Umesmile hapa hata nikafikiria you have a list.
No, some questions.
Sijui hard questions and
No, that's it. And then I only have 3 questions for you, and then we can wrap it up. So, number 1, how do you define success?
it's being able to be comfortable in all aspects.
What you've been comfortable?
You see how, as basic as the word comfort is in English, in basic English, ile tulisoma primary, that I am comfortable financially. So for me, being comfortable financially might be to have this kind of house, to be able to solve this problem financially, to be able, so that's comfort for me. And to you, financial comfort might be very different. You understand? So, emotionally, I need also to be comfortable. And for me, maybe my comfort emotionally is to find someone who loves me how I want to be loved. And maybe how I want to be loved is to be cherished. Might be different for you, but it is comfortable for me.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. So probably your love language is different. So you want to be comfortable.
I want to be comfortable all round. That if it is spiritually, if it is financially, emotionally, physically, all round, I'm comfortable.
Okay.
For someone else, financial comfort might be to have money in the bank. For someone else, is to just have the bare minimum to survive each day.
Okay. I think also for just to add on it, for me, I think I would also add the aspect of growth. If there is a sense of growth, I think there's success. Sometimes we are too blind to realize and acknowledge that we are growing because our minds are fixated to that optimum goal, like the goal. Like, for example, let's say let's say right now I have a bicycle and my goal is to own, for example, Mercedes Benz. You get it? So I'm fixated to getting that Mercedes that I forget I had a bicycle, now I have Andudi. You get what I mean? Yes. So you are succeeding, but because my mind is fixated on that the optimum goal, like the final destination, my mind is fixated on the destination that I forget actually to appreciate that I'm growing and I'm moving closer. Yes. So I think that's what I would add. Now, question number 2. What's your worst habit?
I give myself out too much.
Sexually?
No. Just as a person, I can go all out for... I think I get invested too much. I can go all out for someone. Doesn't have to be sexually.
Why is that a bad habit, though?
Because it drains me. It leaves me empty.
At that moment when you're doing it, do you feel drained or do you feel drained after?
You feel drained after.
Okay.
Because when you're doing it, it's like when you're high on adrenaline. And I'm happy to still use this example. When you're on the bypass and you're doing 270 on a bike, it is not a real danger to you. It's imminent, but you can even see there's a corner there and there's a track. But you say, okay, let me wacha niende kidogo tu. I'll start braking at that marker. I'll start braking at just before that corner. But now when your adrenaline is pumped down, when you come and see, and you pass there even with a car, and remember that is where you are riding at certain speeds, you say, hey baba, hata wewe kifo ogopani nayo.
So does it mean sometimes we judge others harshly because we are not experiencing adrenaline at that time, and that person is experiencing adrenaline enough to maybe make stupid decisions in that time. On my face, it comes out as stupid. Do you feel like sometimes we judge people harshly? Ama ujinga and stupidity is just a constant?
We actually don't judge them harshly. We judge them we just judge them. Okay. Because it is harsh if it is unfair. But because I'm on the outside, I see what you don't see on the inside. Okay. If today I'm here, and let's say this is a room and you are in another room, and I'm playing loud music inside this room, and I'm having a conversation with people, there's a possibility you will hear me, and you will hear whatever is going on in this room. But I won't be able to hear any of the things that is going on in your room because I am where the loud music is. You understand?
I get what you mean.
So when you're in the action, when you're in the midst of it, someone who is outside is able to...
You guys are in two different environments.
Yes. And because they are outside, they're able to watch.
Oh, they can see.
They're able to... There's something in business that when you get bogged down operationally, you will never have a strategic mind. You understand? It is hard for an employee to come and say, we need to grow this company in 1, 2, 3 ways. Because they're busy, they're involved in the operations of the company. So the mind has no time to go outside of that space to see where can it grow to.
What about those who are employed to oversee the growth of the company?
Then they are not in that space. That's why there are different levels.
Okay, so for them it's their
the
duty.
Yes. So if you say, that's why you will have a department and you will have someone managing that department. You understand?
I see.
So this person always managing the department is someone who ranks a little bit higher than the other people in that department. And now this person now holds the vision for that department.
And finally,
If you, sorry,
okay, go on.
If you are in a sales team
Yeah.
and you have targets to meet,
Yes.
imagine you will not have time to sit down and think of how we kazi yako ni uende utafute client, ukuje utume proposal, utume quotation, you follow up. So you wake up today, you need to follow up on a quotation, you need to look for a new client, you need to follow up on a project. So it's a loop for you. So you're not in a space where now your mind can relax and say, let me sit back. Okay, now we need to look 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, how would you define a man?
Mimi.
Yeah. You,
As
Peter.
me, I am a man.
Okay. No,
I really don't know how to. I really don't know what. For me, a man should be a symbol of authority and leadership.
What if you don't have those two?
I've said should be.
Should be.
Should be a figure, not even a symbol, a figure of leadership, a figure of authority.
Break down the authority part. Bring it closer to the day-to-day activity.
Is that you're able to command you're able to command, you're able to get things done.
Okay, get what I mean. So like you have authority over the sense of responsibility.
Yes.
You bring in the authority into that. It could be your work.
Let's say you're married and you have a wife and you have kids, or you just have a wife, or you even have siblings. For me as a man, now that you're married, being a symbol of authority is you're able to guide your wife, or even able to guide your girlfriend or fiancé, into getting ahead together in life, into making the correct decisions for life for the both of you. Yeah, so such authority does not have to be fisted. Just for me, it does not have to be fisted. It just needs you to be able to. For me, it actually encompasses those two things. They intertwine at every point in.
Do you believe in marriage?
Well, right now, I don't know. Yes and no, because sometimes you sit down and just say, number one, out of my upbringing, I will say, yes, I believe in marriage. But now, sometimes also when you're in a relationship and it's going well, you will believe in marriage.
Yeah.
Then now, when you are at the point I am in, you wonder, tutaishi aje sasa? How, you wonder, how does this thing work really? Does it really work? So, for me, it's yes and no.
For me, yeah, I don't believe in marriage in the sense of you going somewhere to sign something or to take an oath till death do us apart. I don't believe in that setup of marriage. I don't believe in that. But I believe in partnership, relationships where two people come together and with a mission to
achieve something
together. to achieve something together, not two people coming together with the intention of being taken care of. No. So
me, when I used to believe in marriage, not that I don't, because it's yes and no. I thought, for me, I would be okay with it if I've married you, and you what you want is to be a housewife, and you want, I will make life comfortable for you, and because it's you I chose, and I am comfortable with doing that.
And what will she offer in return to you?
Does she really have to offer something? Because you already got into the relationship. Though for me, that is secondary. That is not. They are the primary things that let us get into that relationship. The way now you decide, she decides, it is okay. Mimi, I will not follow up on my husband.
I think probably you're not looking at it as an offering, but there are certain attributes and factors that made you choose her. You get it? Maybe she cares for you genuinely. She takes good care of you. She motivates you.
Kuna hiyo ya kukea genuinely, eh?
It doesn't. You feel like it doesn't exist in 2022. I think in 2022 you have to keep yourself relevant to be cared for. So like it's a constant thing. You have to keep yourself relevant. If you become irrelevant, I don't know if there's somebody who can just care for you when you are irrelevant. You get what I mean?
Men can care for women. Women can't do that.
Men can care for you to what extent? To what extent?
Might not be all the way, but there's a level of care.
From a distance, maybe. There's some sense of respect and care for this person from a distance, but they'll never be there on your day-to-day struggles. And does it make sense? Yeah.
Oh! What's up, people? Cassandra's here.
So yeah, I think that's it. Before we go, this episode has been brought to you by Istiqbal. Amo, you've come to Istiqbal
Many times.
Yeah, what do you think about their furniture?
Hapa wacha niwaambie.
What do you think about their furniture?
Very good. Very elegant.
Very, So for people who are looking,
it keeps the dreams alive.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it keeps the dreams alive.
So this episode has been brought to you by Istiqbal. Istiqbal is an international furniture brand with presence in over 90 countries and with over 1,700 stores open worldwide. They offer innovative home solution with premium designer-made modern furniture with an elegant craftsmanship and redefined uniqueness. Their mission is to create a dream home with rich array of outdoor and indoor furniture. So I think for people who are looking for modern furniture, that furniture that makes you stand out, that furniture that helps.
This one does not even make you stand out. This one makes you fly. you look fly.
Yeah, so if you're looking for that type of furniture, I think Istiqbal Home Furniture is a place for you. So you can find them online, www.istiqbalkenya.com. You can also find them on Instagram, Istiqbal_Kenya. Go check out their page and see what you can walk away with. And if you're thinking, oh, these guys are very expensive, they also have a payment option where you can install and pay something small every month. And then at that time, while you're paying something small, you have your furniture at home and you're enjoying it with your family, your kids, and your people. So unavunja unalipa. So yeah, these anything to wrap up the episode?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I've got I love you, man.
Anakupenda bro.
Penda sana. So this has been Naked Ego Podcast, and it's a space where men are willing to strip down their ego, be authentic and vulnerable while they share their stories. Peace out.